conference hall. Again, let's move forward and call upon another amazing gentleman. It is my pleasure to introduce this respected gentleman, a maritime professional with over 3 decades of experience, spanning sailing, crewing leadership, and global ship management. A graduate of DMET 1993, he sailed with Anglo-Eastern from 1994 to 2004, rising to the rank of chief engineer before moving ashore to lead crewing operations. He went on to become managing director of Anglo-Eastern India in 2019 and currently serves as managing director, India and global head of crewing at Synergy Marine Group, where he oversees large-scale global crewing operations. Beyond his corporate responsibilities, he plays an active role in industry leadership. He currently serves as chairman of MASA, treasurer of the Indian Maritime Centre, and is a member of the Technical Advisory Board of the Indian Register of Shipping, the IRS. He was also honored as part of the distinguished alumni of DMET and MERI. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together as we welcome our guest of honor, Mr. Maneesh Pradhan, on stage to share words of wisdom with us.
I think the custom of this introduction should be done away with, and that's my request to Shaukat. All right, so this is a surprise. I don't think I was supposed to speak, but thank you for the opportunity to FSM and the organizers. First of all, some of my dear colleagues were not able to make it. All of us are aware that there is a lot of turmoil going on due to the problem in Middle East. I wanted to just, for a minute, pray for all those brave seafarers, some of them who have lost their lives, some of them are stranded. It's a really, really tough time. I know some of our ships are there. In fact, one was so close to the explosion yesterday, they've actually taken a video shot. So it's very easy for us to sit here and say that it's a tough situation, but those who are there are undergoing a lot of mental stress and a lot of turmoil, and more than them, the families. So our heart goes out to them. And just let's keep them in our prayers every day, and let's hope that all of them come back safely and this crisis de-escalates at the earliest. One thing that this conflict has brought out is that this is how important shipping is. And this is how important the software behind the shipping is. People who are running these ships are our dear seafarers. A lot of budding young seafarers are here. You must take pride in what you do. 80 to 90% of the global shipping is done by ships. And you can see just a brief 2-week conflict is already showing up in restaurants, in several industrial installations. And if this goes on for too long, it will hit us very, very hard. And that's why I think we are all hoping in our own silent ways that this ends at the earliest. So to the budding seafarers and also to the other seafarers here, take pride in what you do. And I always say this, you all are, as Indians, we are out to make a bigger mark. The DG Shipping is trying its best to improve and the ways in which we produce our seafarers to increase the number of berths. So those who are in it, of course, it will only go further when you become brand ambassadors of this profession, especially as an Indian seafarer. Now coming to the topic of the Future Skills Maritime, I think it's really important to keep an eye on the future. We're all talking of AI and a lot of, we're talking of unmanned ships and stuff like that. But I want to assure you that the human side is never going to go away. There are a lot of people who walk up to us and who ask, what's our future? Are we going to lose jobs? And my answer is not at all. While there will be, the machines will do the daily routines, there will still need to be that human to make sure that we innovate, we persevere, that compassion, the consistency, that will have to come from the human side. So I think don't worry about that part. The future has a lot of change in store. We can see a lot of changes are happening around us, starting with digitalization, decarbonization. These are things that have been rolling and they're picking up, they're gaining momentum. So if we are looking at being a good seafarer of the future, the first thing that you need to have is good technical skills. And this is not just what you pick out from your institutes. It's going to be a constant learning process. Every day there is some new product coming. I mean, you'll hear of it during this conference. There'll be a lot of new things that we'll take away from here. But your mind has to be open that, yes, I want to be up there. That hunger, that compassion to be able to advance yourself as a good technical operator, should be there. So we'll need very, very technically competent people to run ships in the future, that's for sure. The second thing that you'll need is digital literacy. And when I use the word literacy, I use it carefully. We all think we are digitally sane and experts sometimes, but that's not the case. As with the advent of newer and newer ships, the amount of digitalization is going so big, and it's not just about your operations on board, even ashore. There's a huge amount of digitalization which is starting to come in. So being up to date with that digital transformation is going to be the key for people who want to be successful out at sea. Third one is, of course, the environmental awareness. There is a huge effort to cut down on emissions, and we as a shipping industry are partners to that goal. A lot is being said, a lot is being done, but as operators, as people on board and ashore, we have to combine ourselves and drive to that goal of reducing emissions. So it's not just about somehow operating ships, it's also knowing the deeper side of what's inside and why do we do what we do. So please read up and hone your skills when it comes to operating the modern ships. Last but not the least, I think the most important skill that you require for the future is the human skill. While there's AI and technology doing everything that they do, but unless we as human beings become a little more, hone our skills about leadership, followership, teamwork, these will be the key. As being ashore for more than 23 years now, one thing that I see is many a times there is a gap between the cup and the lip, and things just drop in there. And many a times when we kind of do the root cause analysis, it's all about communication. It's all about somewhere that teamwork didn't work out. So I have this beautiful story about the Starlink. When I say Starlink, I think the obvious thing that comes in your mind is the Elon Musk company. But no, I'm talking of the birds, the Starlings. So they are these small little birds which actually the vultures can come and prey on. But how do these Starlings defend themselves? They all hold hands and they come together as a big unit. And to the vulture, it appears like, oh, this is a big force. And that's how they keep themselves safe. We are like Starlings in the ocean, We are very, very small pieces of that puzzle. But once we combine, once we become a team, once we know our goals, once we are all aligned, trust me, we can achieve magic. So the human side is something, and again, in the training institutes, and this is my appeal to all the people on that side, I think we need to start concentrating on these traits of seafarers: mental resilience, how to withstand pressure, your mental fitness, your physical fitness. All of this is really, really important. And somewhere it's taken a little bit of a backseat, I feel. So the human skills, the soft skills, need to be continually worked upon, and I think that's going to be the key in the future. So curiosity, creativity, and compassion will never replace machines. That is going to be with the humans. So my appeal to all the seafarers here is, don't let your curiosity, commitment, and compassion ever go away. That is what is going to drive shipping into the future. Thank you so much.